A lot of avoidant men will not want you until the moment that they watch you walk away. This is particularly true when you're dealing with a situationship with an avoidant person. So let's say that you have met an avoidant man and like you guys really hit it off, whatever. He was super into you and like obsessed with you and complimenting you and all these things. And you guys had this, you were vibing, like you had this great connection. But he would just like never put a label on it. He wasn't ready. He didn't know what he wanted, whatever. Yet he's still kind of stringing you along and acting like you guys are dating, yet he's not giving you any type of commitment. So then at a certain point, you're like, okay, well, I'm not going to allow myself to be strung along anymore. This is ridiculous. So then you're like, okay, I'm going to move on. And maybe you meet somebody new. This is going to be the exact moment that this avoidant man panics and all of a sudden wants you so bad, and maybe even like professes his love to you or tries to like spark things up again. I saw the absolute perfect example of this on the show Naked and Afraid of Love. It was in season 1 with this couple, Stefan and Ariel. They got matched up in the beginning and they totally vibed, they totally connected. Like they were obviously like super into each other, and he was so into her at first, like flooding her with affection, like making her feel so loved and adored. And yet he continued to want to keep his options open because they can never just be satisfied with one person, because they have this fantasy in their head of this perfect ideal person, and nobody's ever gonna match up to that because it's a defense mechanism protecting them from forming any type of real intimacy with someone. So anyway, they meet the other like members of the show, and you know, he tries it out with a couple people. It doesn't really work. She's just only into him. So he strings her along for the entire season and like gradually starts to kind of pull his affection away, goes on dates with other girls in front of her, and she's just like, whatever, dude. Like, I don't know. She just kind of waits it out. Towards the end of the show, he finally takes her out on like this lovely date, and she's like, oh, it's going to be so amazing. I'm so excited. And she's super happy. She sits him down. They have a conversation, and she's like, look, like, are we together or not? Like, I need an answer. I'm 30. Like, when we get off of the show, I really want to know that we can have something real. And he's like, I just don't know what I want. Like, I just can't give you that commitment. I don't know what I want, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, okay. So they get back to the island, and basically the way the show works is that you can leave anytime you want. Like, you can tap out anytime. If you're not making a connection, or if you feel like you want to go, you can. So he's just off, you know, hanging out with some other people on the show, and she decides she's going to leave, and she doesn't tell him. She doesn't say anything to him. She just gets up and she walks over to everybody and she's like, hey guys, it's been amazing, but like, I'm going to take off. And they pan to him, and he's trying to play it cool, but you can see the panic in his eyes. You can just see it. He's like, wait a minute, what? She's going, she didn't say anything to me. You can see that he's panicking and that he's like, oh fuck, like, oh no. Because I really think in these situations, these avoidant men like assume that you're always going to be there. Like, because that's kind of been what your actions have displayed. You've been there even though they haven't committed to you. And so they assume it's always going to be like that. So the minute that you like get that self-respect and decide to move on, that's the moment that they're like, oh fuck, I missed my opportunity, and your value in their mind skyrockets, because then there's no obligation or pressure or risk of commitment or having to put themselves on the line. Now they have to fight for you. So now they're in this more comfortable space of having to be the chaser again of this desired, valuable thing. They are a lot more comfortable being the chaser than being the one who is chased. And it was so funny because after she left, it was just kind of embarrassing. He was trying to play it cool. And there's this one moment where he goes and he sits next to another woman on the island who had already made a lesbian connection with someone else. Like, she is not going to be interested. And he starts trying to like put the moves on her. And it's just humiliating. It's like, it was like his last ditch effort, and it was so fucking embarrassing. And after that didn't work out, he just decided to leave the island. And I just know that on his boat ride home, he was thinking, God damn it, like, why do I do this to myself? You know, like, why am I like this? Even if that girl that he connected with wasn't like his, you know, perfect person that he's meant to be with, they never like really give anyone a chance, like a solid chance, because they have these defense mechanisms that are so strong that they're always thinking that there's someone better, you know, like even when you have this most beautiful, perfect girl standing in front of you who's super cool and down to earth and you guys connect and you can laugh and you're friends, like that can't be enough because there's someone better out there. There's always something better. And the reality is the something better that they have in their mind is just a defense mechanism to keep them from actually connecting with people, because that scares them. The rejection scares them. The risk, the feeling of obligation and losing their independence in a relationship scares them. And so they just don't ever put themselves in that situation, and they end up fumbling and losing out on a lot of opportunities with really great people, and they kick themselves over it like forever.